me be your nerd. Let me be your nerd now. I'll say it, baby, 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 baby. What the hell was that?
Welcome, everybody, to the Grizzled Geek Podcast, episode 50. We made it halfway to 100. And you ask yourself, what happened to episode 49? And I'll tell you what happened. We took a week off a couple weeks ago for the podcast, and I didn't update my calendar. So, 49 is lost in the ether.
All right.
So,
I guess I didn't even notice.
yeah. I'm like, I was just doing, I'm like, I just have it labeled there, so it automatically comes up. So all my, I had a template for the show. It came up this week, episode 50, and I'm going through. And then as I was looking back at organizing Facebook or YouTube, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Last episode was 48. Oh, well.
You messed everything up.
Well.
We might as well start over.
Start over. It's done.
Go back to one.
We'll go back to one in season 3 come January. So we'll see how we go. All right, Doug, how you doing?
Good. Actually, really good. Yeah. I realized the other day I've lost 20 pounds in the last 2 months. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Got the treadmill 2 weeks ago. Been hiking every day on the treadmill. It's really cool.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Nice.
Started building Rabuti Gilliman.
Oh, really? Working on your miniatures, your little toy soldiers?
A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit, yeah.
I know. I haven't done much this week because work.
Yeah, new job. New job.
It's been a while since I was able to say that, so yeah. So guys, you'll notice that Kirsten's not with us tonight. She had a slight accident earlier involving dog headbutting her and having braces. So I hear that's bad. So
having been punched in the mouth with braces, I can tell you it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Yeah. It's like a cheese grater to the inside of your lip. Yeah. It's nah.
Yeah. So, she was going to tell us about it, but she can't hear us to talk apparently. So, like, what happened? Tell me what happened.
Wait.
So,
can we do this to Mike somehow?
Yeah. I'd still talk. I'd be like, bloody mouth.
It hurts so much, but I can't stop.
I can't stop. All right. Well, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in every Friday as usual. For those of you listening on Stitcher and iTunes and wherever else you get your podcasts, and you want to see our faces, you can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/thegrizzledgeek. So we appreciate that. We have we'll put up some more videos.
Hey, Mike, keep them going for a second. I got to run and grab something. Okay,
you got it. So, but one thing you can really help us out with is liking and sharing, smashing that like button if you would, destroying it. I've been watching a lot of people talk about the like button, and it's get creative about talking about destroying the like button. So, like elbow drop the like button. I got to come up with our own kind of way to say that. So I don't sound like all the other people. So I heard someone the other day was like take the like button out back and drown it. So yeah, people are getting creative about they're taking the whole smash the like button a little too far, I think.
Oh,
other creators, not us. We forget to mention it half the time. Oh yeah, it's important.
I specifically went and grabbed a soda so I'd have liquid for this, and then I forgot it in the fridge.
Yeah, nice.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, so we got a ton of news this week.
Considering we started out, what was it, Thursday morning with none or with one story?
Yeah, we had one story, and then wow. Then now we got a ton. So a lot of stuff happened this week. In fact, there's some I left out, and if we have time, I'll kind of jump into it. Gloss over them a little bit here. All right, so we'll start off with the movies, movie theaters, and what's going to happen with these movies. So apparently, AMC. This all sparked off earlier in the week when AMC and the AMC Universal deal happened, right? So as well, remember, beginning of July. AMC banned Universal movies, right? We're not going to play them because they were sending stuff to VOD and they had a contract.
Right.
So now apparently they've signed a new deal where Universal would show new run movies that, well, they'd go to theaters first, obviously, and then after only 17 days, they could go on premium VOD, video on demand. In exchange, AMC will get to undisclosed portion of the VOD rentals.
Right.
So they get a bit portion of that. They get the movie in the theaters for just a little bit, and then. But is that? Everyone was like, "Well, this is the wave of the future. This is what's going to happen." 17 days. And I'm like, no. Movie theaters. But here's the thing: movie theaters like Cineworld, parent company of Regal Cinemas, the second largest movie chain in the world, says it will not follow suit. In fact, their CEO, Mookie Grandinger, he told Deadline that we do not see any business sense in this model. So there's some doubt as to whether, what effect this deal will have. Other theater owners who make up 3/4 of total screens in the U.S. are not likely to go quietly. So threatening not to show Universal films if they are not included in the deal, we'll see what happens there. Here's the thing. If no one's going to theaters, what are they, it seems like a good deal getting part of the, there's they lose a lot of money not going to theaters, right? They're not, a percentage of the VOD money is not going to sustain theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know what are they going to do.
Well, here's another thing I was reading on there, and I don't know if I got it all fleshed out there in my little spiel that we're reading off here in the script. Mm-hmm. Most big movies, and we're talking all the way down to like Secret Life of Pets, make lots of money in their fourth week. So it is not likely that Universal will exercise this option to start VOD on day 17 in most cases. It's going to be your smaller movies, your lower tier movies, or movies that don't do well in the theaters. They're like, nope, there's no reason to stay in the theater and give people give the theaters a bigger cut of the money. Let's go ahead and move it to VOD.
Right.
So you're not going to see, Fantastic Beasts going on VOD the day, on day 17. That's not going to happen.
You're assuming that people are going to theaters to see Fantastic Beasts. You know what I mean? Well,
that is
currently
that is currently the biggest property that Universal owns, I believe.
Right. Well, Fast and Furious.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Maybe not in the Harry Potter days, back in the Harry Potter days, but
correct.
I think Fast and Furious is bigger than Fantastic Beasts.
They don't have a lot of franchises right now that are big heavy hitters, but there's still, like I said, Secret Life of Pets 2, I think it was. It wasn't even the first.
Right.
Made a big chunk of money. Increased its take by like 20 or 30% in week 4.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to leave early if you're going to get money.
Fair enough, but I don't know. If people are still too scared to go back to theaters, there's no money to be had.
Right.
Right.
Who knows when this deal is supposed to kick in? Because any take of VOD is a good deal right now for any theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to give me 1% of VOD? Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Because very few. There are very few places where theaters. Well, I don't know. We've seen those last couple of weeks where you're getting hundreds of thousands rather than millions or hundreds of millions in box office receipts. So movies aren't open that many places.
But VOD
I know
is still
they're
pretty
closed
good.
Here.
Yeah, they're closed here.
We don't. No theaters here. California, they're probably all closed.
They're all closed in California, New York. Florida's still running theaters, but Florida don't care.
Yeah.
But they're getting
There's
ready
a reason
to
they
close.
call them Florida man and woman. They are a special breed.
They are. And they're getting ready to shut down Indianapolis, Kentucky. A lot of the Midwestern states are getting ready to shut down again, so because they're on the rise. So I don't know. It could be a while. And I know, speaking, as far as like business and work stuff goes, it's unclear how long this thing's going to last, right? I mean, it could be their companies and everything are prepping for at least Q2 of next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. That's beginning of summer next year, or end of spring.
There is a good chance that we have a vaccine by early 2021.
Yeah.
There are 4 that are in phase 3. So
then you got to worry about like all the anti-vaxxers, and then all the people that don't think it's a hoax. And then
I think the anti-vaxxers are a problem that takes care of itself.
Well, true. If there's a vaccine that works, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I got an offer to be part of the study here in Phoenix.
Oh.
I'm like, normally, if it was like a diabetic thing, I've done before. Like, yeah, I'll try out some new stuff, but see if it lowers my blood sugar. But I don't think I'm gonna jump on the guinea pig wagon for for COVID testing.
Yeah.
I think I'll wait for round 3 or 4 for that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we said many times that we don't want to go back to theaters until
there's a vaccine. Yeah.
There's a vaccine. Yeah. I mean, like it hurts the fact that like Bill and Ted's Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yeah.
Is hitting theaters, and then it's going to hit VOD. And I got to see it at home, right? I'm going to wait for the VOD. Right. But a lot of them, like that one's hitting like simultaneously, I think. But there's several that are not. They're having to wait a while. Like New Mutants. Like I want to see that, right? Everyone had speculated, it's going to go to Disney Plus, but they can't because it is contractually obligated to hit theaters, right?
Yeah.
So it's opening up later, next month, later in August, and I'm not going to be able to see it.
Yeah. No.
Like, even if I wanted to risk it, I can't right now because theaters are shut down.
Right, yeah.
But I wouldn't risk it, but I'm just saying. So for us, there's going to be a movie that I've been wanting to see for a while now. And then we just got hyped up with a brand new trailer and everything. And I can't see it till who knows when. Right? That doesn't have a date for when it's going to happen. But can you imagine, like, they're supposed to release Black Widow later this year. Later this year. Okay. And we've seen every Marvel movie opening day since its inception, right?
I think so.
This is going to be the first one that we're not going to see. And who knows when we're going to see it, right? We got to wait for it to go on video on demand.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not going to be no 17 days like.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and that is, that's kind of a bummer because, say this is one of the ones I probably was most looking forward to.
Yeah.
So, and then not getting to see it.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I'm telling you. And like I said, even if you want to risk it, like Matt from Absolute Geek saying in the chat, go to the theater, risk it, and everything will be fine. But you can't. If they're not open, they're not open. I mean, who knows how long things are going to be the way they are. But, I mean, Black Widow, who would ever thought that I would not see a Marvel movie opening day and have to wait? And then people that have seen it, like your theaters open other places across the country, we have to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
You know how hard that's going to be?
Yep.
You've got maybe a month of avoiding spoilers for a movie.
That'll be one of those. We're not doing the podcast for 3 months so we can avoid spoilers.
So we can see this movie and then we'll talk about it. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems weird. All these theaters kind of holding out against this model.
Damn you, COVID.
I know. It screwed everything up. And I understand why they're holding out.
Yeah, no. And essentially, Universal is going to have to make a deal with all of these other players. At least the big ones.
Yeah.
Because like AMC is the biggest, but it's still only a quarter of all screens in the US.
Right.
So, unless you get up to the 3/4 mark, you're in trouble if you're you've got everybody else boycotting you.
Right, exactly.
So,
Well,
all right. Anything else on the AMC deal?
I can sit here and pet a cat like some evil Bond villain.
There you go.
Ah.
All right.
Stop my fear mongering. Well, I don't know, man. I had meetings today with work about going through about our thank you. Our our plans for next year, right? And we're like I said, we're planning through at least through quarter 2. And
we've been told we're working until at least December 31st. We are working from home.
Yeah. So
and they basically about a month or two before we're supposed to go back, they'll go, no, we're going to go longer.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that it's going to end up being, there's no reason to go back because we're performing so well at home that they're basically going to say, we'll come back when there's a vaccine.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's going to be what it is. So we'll see. But
all these jobs could go permanently work from home. Just saying.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I don't need face-to-face social interaction. Like my team at work, I don't want to get too much into this, but my team at work is having a lunch get-together in mid-August. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Why? That makes no sense. But, hey, some people need face-to-face human interaction. I'm like, I'm fine over screen. It's fine,
Somebody wants to know, what do we think about them canceling Black Friday?
Yeah, I mean, there's a cynical part of me that wants to say, let them thin the
Let them thin the herd.
The people who go to those Black Friday things and do all of the disastrous Black Friday things.
Yeah,
we could probably do with a few less of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing though: retailers, 80% of their, I mean, that's pretty much their profit. They work in the red up through November, and then November, December, they make the bulk of they make the profit for the year.
And here's the thing is, but people need to figure out a way to do this like Darren did when things were, you couldn't have people in your retail store. He had, curbside delivery service. You want something from a store, you ordered it, and he brought it out to you curbside.
Yep.
You figure it out. I mean,
yeah, it's true.
I mean, the unfortunate reality is there are a lot of places, if they in any way compete with Amazon, are probably going to go under.
Yeah.
As a result of this, because people can order from Amazon and get it shipped to them, even if they want to support their local place. The local places aren't necessarily getting up to speed where they can, like, they're not working out deliveries, or they're not working out curbside pickups, or a lot of places are still open, but I mean, I think I agree with canceling Black Friday. Let's put it that way. It would be dumb to have your typical normal Black Friday events.
Double down on Cyber Monday.
Just and start now. Go, hey, start thinking about what you want for Christmas now. We'll give you a discount. If you order online, we'll deliver it, or you can come pick it up curbside.
Look how optimistic Matt is. This will all be over in November. When they're getting ready to shut down the Midwest. When places like Kentucky, and believe me, my folks are from Kentucky.
Did you just read Trump's Twitter? Is that where you got that info?
Yeah, it's all over after the election. It'll all be over.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, oh my goodness. All right, well, Doug, let's get off the depressing topic about not seeing movies this year and jump into something exciting. What's going on?
Something really exciting. The Mandalorian nabs 15 Emmy nominations.
That is crazy. That is a crazy amount.
Now,
for a little 8 episodes.
It's one of the premier Disney Plus series, and it nabbed 8 episodes or 8 Emmy nods. Now, a lot of them. But what did I say? 8?
Yeah.
8 episodes. You said 8 episodes, and
I screwed you up there.
yeah, yep.
I ain't no
And I'm looking at a
but...
bunch of them are for episode 8. So, and a lot of them are. I'm not going to. I wrote out the whole list, but I'm not going to go through the whole list. I just want to call out a few things. They got a lot of visual and sound effects stuff.
Yeah.
And some cinematography. And editing. One of the editing one's cool because it's outstanding single camera picture editing for a drama series. But they've got 3 of the 8 nominations, so they're up against themselves, as well as 2 episodes of The Ozarks. An episode of Stranger Things, and I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, so the highlight episodes were episode 2, The Child, got a bunch of the nods. Episode 8, The Redemption, got a bunch of the nods. But the big call out ones are Outstanding Drama Series, so that's the big one.
Yeah.
You got Outstanding Character Voice Actor Performance for Taika Waititi as IG-11 in episode 8. Nice. And you got Outstanding Guest Actor in a Series, Giancarlo Esposito as Moff Gideon in episode 8.
Yeah. And
if you've watched the gallery, the Disney gallery, The Mandalorian, have you watched all those?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. You watched the music one?
Yep.
With that dude, that guy, I forgot what his name is. He got a nod for best music.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so watching him, how he developed that music and was playing with the recorders and found that iconic sound, the
the Western,
that's awesome,
space Western sound.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. And if watching that series, you realize how, and this has even though it's big budget, it has that fly by the seat of your pants kind of feel to it when you watch the behind the scenes stuff, right? Where they had to improvise a whole bunch of stuff. And they should get special effects just because, once again, Lucasfilm is pioneering special effects.
What they call that thing?
They use like the game engine kind of thing where they project on the ceiling and the walls and the floor. So
I forget what they call that, the tank or something like that.
Yeah,
because it's a 360-degree set.
So basically, instead of working against a green screen, you're working against the actual images, and they can adjust the lighting and the shadows and everything else for the actors. So instead of acting against nothing, you actually you walk in there and you're in that set. So it's like virtual sets, basically.
Yeah.
So
it's
pretty awesome.
Yeah, if you've not watched Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, that is an amazing show. It's almost as good as the show itself. It was so inspiring, and kind of just like listening to all the directors talk about what they brought to the table. Listening to Dave and John talk about, like all of the technological stuff they were doing, George, by pushing the technological envelope. So yeah, it was really cool.
So it was the tank was my nickname in high school, as you saying. Actually, it was Ox, just so you know. All right, well, let's talk about Comic-Con. Comic-Con happened last week. Kind of. Virtual Comic-Con at home. Comic-Con at home. Which I got to say, there was a lot of good stuff in there that was, I know we gave it a lot of crap coming up. I wasn't really interested in a whole lot of it, but there were some good panels that you've got to check out. So but was it a success? Was Comic-Con a success? Well, it really depends on who you ask. I think it was kind of a mixed bag, depending on what you expect from Comic-Con. But let's jump into the numbers first, and we'll kind of discuss a little bit here. So as of yesterday afternoon, the total views was the largest, which is kind of shocking. The largest panel was Vikings, and it got 255,162. So
probably because the actress is hot.
Well, probably because it appeals to not just
that
comic nerds, right?
Too. Yeah.
So comic nerds' parents are watching Vikings, so History Channel stuff. Second panel, New Mutants, 199,323. The Walking Dead hit 89,381. Fear the Walking Dead, 81,617. And then Star Trek Universe.
Go ahead. Go ahead and finish the Star Trek Universe.
Star Trek Universe was 67,063.
Look at the drop off, though. Those top two, and then boom, 100,000 view drop.
Yeah. From New Mutants to Walking Dead is over 100,000 views dropped. Yeah. And I mean, when you people are saying like, well, Hall H only holds 7,000. I'm like, yeah, but you know.
Well, the New Mutants was probably based on word of mouth. People are like, whoa, that was really cool. Yeah. Go check that out.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, those are the viewing numbers, and they're not going to be up. I guess the panels aren't going to be up forever. So I guess they use YouTube as their platform. But they were saying when I was doing research, and they were saying like check them out before they go away.
Oh, really?
So, I don't know why they would make them. I mean, they can leave them up on YouTube all year round, right? I don't know why you would.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Even if you wanted to control and make them, people keep them associated with Comic-Con, is make them private and have a link on your page,
right?
That goes to it. Now, yeah, you got to come to Comic-Con's page, but you can still go and see these panels. Just come here first, so we get the clicks, so we can see that
right. Yeah, exactly.
Eyes are on this page, and if we've got advertisers, they're seeing traffic to the page or whatever.
Matt says he told everyone he knew about he had listened about New Mutants. That's true. I did too. I'm like, you need to check this out. Of course, no one listened to me, but so other things, interesting notes that came out of the con was Star Trek Lower Decks trailer. And
did you watch it?
I did not.
It's pretty freaking hilarious, man.
Is it pretty funny?
Yeah, it looks really good.
And then the Marvel 616 Disney Plus docuseries, which I'm super excited about.
It's already started, so
yeah,
you can start watching it this week.
I know. I got that and Umbrella Academy and the whole bit to catch up on. All right, so what about the one of the biggest draws for Comic-Con, the exhibit hall, right? So they had a virtual exhibit hall this year, which was kind of a mixed bag. It's one of the big things people go for, right? It's the giant hall where you buy all your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they had most Comic-Con exclusives sold out, but there wasn't a big bump in sales otherwise, right? And with most with many vendors cutting back on exclusives, the ones that they could anyway, because some of them order them way in advance, because they had no idea what would sell or without a physical con. So they cut back on those. So they even didn't get as many sales from the con exclusives as they would have had normally, right?
Right, yeah.
So those sold out, but there wasn't, outside of the con exclusive, there wasn't a big bump. So, yeah. So it's kind of a bust, although there was no expense really for vendors. They had to pack up trucks and rent a hall and stuff like that. So, all in all, a success for fans that were interested in old school panels at Comic-Con, but a bust for cosplayers, fans of the parties and the fan meetups. The social aspect of the con become a major part of the enjoyment for some people. In fact, there was a whole group of people that went to San Diego anyway because they already had hotel rooms and planes running. That's another thing. People had hotel rooms and plane tickets and everything well in advance, and the Comic-Con didn't cancel till like last minute. So
right.
So there was people that went anyway to support the local businesses in the area, restaurants and whatnot. So
yeah,
but I don't know.
Well, it's open because San Diego was one of the first cities to start shutting back down.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not sure what all would be available for them. But I'm jonesing for some Casa Guadalajara. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, yeah. Speaking of which, we'll have to, because we won't be able to do LVO if everything's settled. We'll have to go to SoCal Open next year, do that as that tournament, and it's 45 minutes from San Diego, so just pop down there for some Mexican food in Old Town.
No, yeah,
choo-choo.
I'm down. I mean, I'll miss Vegas, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
San Diego's good second. All right, so Doug, you want to tell us about Rooster Teeth at the Comic-Con? I know we've been kind of
so
some bad news recently with Rooster Teeth, so this is some good news.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I watched part of the panel. It had Barbara was the only big name. The creative director for Ruby was there, and then some other people that I didn't really recognize because I don't watch a lot of their other shows. So they announced Red versus Blues Zero. They're calling it. It's season 18, but it's total reset. I guess I haven't watched 17.
Well, they've lost 3 of their main characters.
Yeah.
from the company. So
Well, and I guess the last season of the show, actually, the Reds and Blues retire. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure what happened there. But they've been going for 17 seasons, so it was probably time.
yeah,
But so this Red versus Blue Zero will have totally new characters. The main character is Agent One. We don't know much about her. The little teaser video they did was pretty funny because it was one of those like a motion capture, like it looked like they were actual armored people, and Barbara Dunkelman did the voice of the yellow soldier who was saying how it was going to be serious, and then there was some blue soldier in the back going, "Oh yeah, red versus blue," and doing the like wow wow stuff, and she pulls out a gun and shoots him.
nice.
So it looked more action oriented and maybe a little more serious, but that initial opening made it seem like, all right, it's still going to be kind of funny and irreverent. So hopefully,
but is it red versus blue without Caboose?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say.
Yeah. The next show they talked about was Recorded by Arizal, something like that. It's a new series about a teenage girl, Arizal, who wants to be a record keeper, who's a historian who travels around the world collecting information. It's like a vlog style animated series. So I guess it'll be first person, like her narrating. And the idea of a record keeper is like, oh, is this like the Giver? I think it's called. That young adult book. I was like, oh, is it going to be something like that? But then they give no more information about the basic concept or plot or anything like that. So it sounds like, it's not the real world. It's something different. So they did not do enough to hook me into that. So.
Okay, I was going to say, you're not selling it very well.
No, there was nothing to really sell you on it.
Hey, Bowling Lettuce, welcome.
And then they did a Ruby Volume 8 sneak peek, which was like a minute of them riding around on motorcycles, and that was about it. There was nothing of substance. I mean, the animation looked good and it had little funny moments, but otherwise it didn't do anything. It didn't say anything. They did put out a little synopsis that in Volume 8, our heroes' worst fears have finally been revealed. Salem is here, and the timing couldn't be worse for the divided kingdoms of Atlas. Fear has turned friends into enemies, while doubt threatens to splinter humanity's remaining allies. With both Salem and Ironwood stacking the odds against them and the fate of Remnant at stake, it's up to Team Ruby to make their play before it's too late. And that last sentence is key, because it really is time in this series for some major events to happen, because the journey is starting to wear thin without reaching the destination.
So you think we're not gonna ever make it to Vacuole, or
I don't know. I thought we would, but man, the fact that Salem has shown up here,
bad guys showed up.
How do you do that? I mean, I don't know. Presumably Atlas will fall, and Atlas is going to be destroyed. Ironwood I'm assuming he has to die. Maybe not in this volume, but probably in the next. I think the old guard has to, by and large, die for Ruby, Team Ruby to come up and take their place.
Yeah.
So maybe they're forced on the run and they have to head to Vacuole as the last place that's not controlled by Salem to try and, mount a resistance or something. Who knows? But they need to speed the pace of this up, in my opinion. Because as much as I love Ruby and I enjoy in the moment, it's getting harder and harder to be like, this could go on forever and I'd be fine.
I think we were spoiled. We saw 4 seasons back to back.
That's true. Yeah.
4 volumes back to back, and then we had to wait in between, and now we're on. And when we had to start waiting, the volumes were basically just traveling volumes. Yeah. Oh, this is them walking. All right.
So, Alan, did I leave this off, or did you take it out? There's another one, another Rooster Teeth thing they talked about.
Oh,
Transformers, War for Cybertron trilogy. The first volume of that is Siege. It's actually out on Netflix right now. It takes place before and leads into the original 1980s cartoon. And they're working with Hasbro, who gives Rooster Teeth info on the toys and characters they're working on. And then Rooster Teeth has to work them into the plot of the story.
Yeah, I think they fell down to the Nerd Nuggets area, but that's all right.
Oh, all right. No. Because that was something that came out in that Rooster Teeth Comic-Con panel.
Nice.
Yeah,
all right.
Because their Rooster Teeth is involved in it. But it's not a first thing. It's out on Netflix.
Getting back to Ruby real quick, Bowling Letter says, in my opinion, they probably will evacuate to Evacuo as Salem destroys Atlas, but who knows?
Yeah, I agree.
That could be. I mean, you figure. I don't think it'll get the whole 2-season arc like all the other ones did. You know, I don't know. I don't know how long the story's going to go from here. I mean, it seems pretty endgamey having Salem show up. Yeah,
I agree.
So,
although
I don't know.
There is a rumor out there, and I don't know where this came from. I haven't been able to track it down if there was somebody, Rooster Teeth tweeted this or something at some point. But the rumor is that Volume 8 takes place over the course of just 2 days. So
really?
Everything that happens in all of Volume 8 happens in just 2 days as they're fighting in the city with Salem, I guess.
Nice. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see this fall. I don't know. I'm like I said, I love Ruby. I'm going to watch it no matter what. But I do agree something needs to happen. All right. So, let's move on to our Star Wars Truth or Rumor section here. So we've been reporting on a bunch of stuff, Star Wars recently, and there's been a ton of stuff coming out. So people have gotten confused. What's confirmed? What's a rumor? What's going to happen? What's likely? What's not likely? So we're going to break it all down for you here and give you a list of stuff that's out, news that's out there, and we'll tell you whether it's confirmed, whether it's a rumor, and how likely it is. All right. So let's start off. Take turns on these, Doug?
Sure.
All right. So live action, Bogatan, Rex, and Ahsoka. This is confirmed. So we know who's the actors that are playing them. We know they're going to be in Mandalorian starting off with, and then they're going to spin off into their own series. So that is confirmed.
All right. Live action Ezra Bridger is a rumor, although it seems likely he and Sabine will appear, as multiple sources have gone on record with casting details.
Yeah.
So still a rumor, but seems likely.
Yeah, seems likely. And if they're going to have live action Bo-Katan, Rex, and Ahsoka, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ezra Bridger could be the link between all these. He could be the main focus going forward for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so a connected universe for all shows. This is a rumor. It's not been confirmed, but it is likely, as many sources say that they are looking toward to have each show have a central connecting element. Sources describe it as Game of Thrones, but instead of making one epic Game of Thrones show, it'd be like each family has their own show with a central storyline that spills over into the others. So this is concerning the Disney Plus shows,
mm-hmm.
not necessarily the movie.
Meaning all of them will be set post Endor before the New Order.
Right.
Interesting. Well, so that means there will be one left out.
Cassian Andor, Kenobi.
Yeah, I mean that does present
unless
a problem
there's
with
some kind of central storyline.
Obi-Wan, Cassian Andor, Maul.
Yeah.
Those all end pre-Endor. So, anyways,
we'll see.
Let's see. What was the next one? Dave Filoni will oversee all of the shows on Disney Plus. Confirmed. Under Jon Favreau, Filoni will be the creative director of Disney Plus Star Wars.
Yes. So, yeah. Like you said, we're talking about him possibly taking over Lucasfilm. Well, Jon Favreau's still in charge of the Disney Plus shows, but Filoni will be the creative director. So that's exciting. Hayden Christensen will return as Anakin. This has been confirmed. Although we do not know when and in what show, most people believe it'll be part of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So
That'd be cool.
and they've been kind of hyping up a little bit recently, you know, reintroducing Hayden to the, you know, kind of getting a feel for how fans think about him. And a lot of fans have come to, you know.
Well, remember, he was making the rounds with Palpatine, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember the actor's name there?
And they put his face on the Clone Wars Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Him and Ewan McGregor's face on the Hot Toys Clone Wars figures. So, there you have
All
it.
right. Grand Moff Tarkin will appear in Cassian Andor. This is a rumor. While no official word, this has come from several good sources, so it may be likely.
Okay. Yeah.
Although I
Makes
know
sense.
a lot of people did not like the what do you want to call it? The
CG
digital,
face.
the CG Tarkin. It didn't bother me.
No, it didn't bother me either.
Especially since he was supposed to be younger.
Yeah.
By a couple of years.
He looked better than the makeup they did in Revenge of the Sith, or where they actually showed that one Tarkin scene where they're looking over the plans of the Death Star.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was far better than that.
Yeah.
All right. Donald Glover is returning as Lando in Disney Plus. This is a rumor. And we're not sure how likely this one is because it came out during the time of the Maul and Akira story stuff happening. And they also had a rumor about them reprising Solo some way, either in a sequel movie or something on Disney Plus. And the Solo movie or the Solo continuation storyline has been debunked. So they're not working on anything Solo directly anyway. So it seems unlikely. Well, I mean, I don't know how likely Donald Glover would be returning as Lando, unless it's like in the Maul series or whatever. But.
Right. Yeah. All right. Obi-Wan Kenobi will feature a young Luke and Leia, confirmed from recent cast calls for the Kenobi series. Girl, Caucasian, 8 to 11 years old, to portray a precocious girl, and boy, Caucasian, 8 to 11 years old, to portray a precocious boy.
And all the experts are saying that this casting call is for young Luke and Leia.
Interesting.
So. All right, so we will get live action Clone Wars scenes. So this is a rumor, kind of. It's been confirmed that Kenobi will feature flashbacks, which is where the Anakin rumor falls in. Like they're going to say Hayden Christensen's going to be playing Anakin in these flashbacks. But if it is during that time, it's during the Clone Wars. So they not state these flashbacks will be of the Clone Wars, but it seems likely.
Oh. What's the chance that we get a Qui-Gon flashback?
I'm pretty
That'd
sure
be
that's
awesome.
going to happen. Yeah. I want all these rumors to be true. So I'm like,
true enough. All right. I think this is our last one. Maul will return to live action. Confirmed, kind of. While Disney did admit they wanted Maul back, it was not stated where. And with recent scandals, if he does come back, it will be without Ray Park.
Yeah, you haven't heard about the Ray Park scandal?
No, I hadn't.
Well, originally Ray Park was going to reprise Maul, but he's since, I don't know whether, still unsure whether it was leaked or revenge or whatever, but there was some non-PG photos put up on Instagram. Kim and his wife. So, yeah, that's pretty much caused a big scandal. Disney's cut ties. So, which is sad.
Yeah.
Yep. But, no, well. I mean, so yeah, it was one of those things that was the Maul thing was confirmed, and then this happened. So, it's kind of up in the air. I don't know. So, which one of these things you hope of the rumored ones do you most hope for?
Well, I guess the live action Clone Wars scenes.
Yeah.
Because I want Hayden Christensen and Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ewan
Ewan
McGregor as Anakin and Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars in live action. I think that'd be awesome.
With Ahsoka and Rex.
Yeah. Be interesting.
Yeah.
That part would be rough because I don't know that the guy who plays Rex is in shape to look younger.
Yeah, they can use old footage of him.
Oh, that's true. And then hopefully and then de-age Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Although that you'd probably have to cast somebody different because she was considerably younger.
Yeah, true. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Moving on. Doug, it is time for some nerd nuggets. Who's hungry for some nerd nuggets?
No one.
No. Totally are. Everyone wants nerd nuggets, Doug. So these are our smaller stories, our geek bites, our nerd nuggets, if you will. We can skip the first.
Yeah, don't forget. Skip the first one there.
All right. So, what
are you doing?
Trying to figure out which one. Why don't you go ahead and take that first one?
Oh, Camp Coral, SpongeBob's. I think we may have mistranslated that there. Let me.
See, I didn't type this one this time. Usually you're blaming me for the typos. See, sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that gets it wrong.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, try this one. Yeah, SpongeBob's Underyears is apparently the name of this. Let's look this up and make sure we're right.
SpongeBob Underyears. Well,
yeah, that's the real name. All right, so Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Underyears is set to debut on CBS All Access rather than on Nickelodeon. It's part of an effort to rebrand and revamp All Access to put, a lot more content on there. So
still not going to get me to buy CBS All Access.
Yeah, I was like,
no.
This is not the tipping point.
No.
And I think the audience who this would be directed at aren't necessarily going to know what CBS All Access is, where to find it, or even, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty easy for parents to disguise that this was a thing. And just go, nah, sorry, we're not getting CBS All Access. But
yeah, get your kids SpongeBob's and R-rated Star Trek. That's it.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
Yep.
All right. So Game of Thrones is still the most pirated show according to analysts by Parrot Analytics. Rounding out the top 5 are Rick and Morty, My Hero Academia, The Walking Dead, and SpongeBob SquarePants. What a weird group.
Yeah, I mean things
shows.
things like The Mandalorian were lower than these.
Yeah, well, most people have Disney Plus.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably why.
So,
yeah.
And if you like, you're a Verizon user, you got it for free for a year. So
true. Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon, revealed, spoilers, that the Darksaber will have a prominent role in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
How is that a spoiler?
I put in the spoiler there, and that's why I said it sarcastically.
Yeah,
I'm all like, why?
If you're paying attention.
Why are you telling us this? Because I think we all figured that out. Anybody who knew of the Darksaber beforehand knew it was a big deal.
Anybody who watched The Mandalorian, the last episode, and saw that scene and knew what it meant, knew that it was going to play a major part. So he also teased that he might have force powers too. That might be force sensitive.
That would be interesting.
But just kind of, he didn't come out and say that. So, all right. So Scoob had a strong debut on DEG's most watched at home list, hitting the number 2 behind the juggernaut that is Trolls World Tour, which is still number one. It wouldn't be what came out 2 months ago.
Yeah,
2 months ago. So, yeah,
it was one of, if not the first thing to go video on demand.
Yeah, it skipped theaters.
Yeah,
and went big one, and so it's still number one. And the new Scooby movie, didn't top it. But still number two. At a strong. There's tons of people watching stuff from home now. All right. After rumor of her dropping out and other actresses being looked at, Haley Steinfeld has signed on to play Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So the more I hear about this Hawkeye series, the more it's going to follow like the not latest comic run from a few years ago, where he loses his hearing. So we're going to have like a deaf Hawkeye, and he's going to train Kate Bishop. So it's going to be, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Yep. All right. Captain Marvel 2 just got me a little more interested. So apparently it's going to feature Miss Marvel, which we reported last week that they're looking to cast Miss Marvel soon and put her in something before her own series comes out.
Right. Yeah.
So it would make sense that it's in Captain Marvel 2. And that Captain Marvel 2 will also be a secret invasion story. Now, we all heard a while back that they were planning Captain Marvel 2. There's a rumor that it was going to be like an Avengers light movie, kind of like Civil War was, with a bunch of different heroes in it. So that was a rumor that came out before this one came out. So it makes sense. It all kind of plays into there. So if they're going to do a secret invasion thing,
right? Yeah,
it makes sense. So I don't know. What do you think? Any more excited to see Captain Marvel 2 now?
Yeah, I mean,
we weren't going to go see it, but
Yeah, and I didn't necessarily dislike Captain Marvel 2.
Right.
She is far more likable in the Avengers movies than she was in her own movie, but if they stick with that more upbeat persona, in the second Captain Marvel 2, I won't have a problem with her. And like you said, I like Miss Marvel, and I could see this being, if you go the secret invasion route, it's a good way to one, flip that story. Because we've seen that the Skrull are good guys.
Yeah.
So you make it about Kree and Skrull, and you use that to introduce the Inhumans.
Yeah.
So,
which would play right into Miss Marvel.
Right. Yeah. So I think that could be cool.
All right. Yeah. There you go. We got another story here. I don't think it's on yours, Doug. And spoilers for this one, if you've not possible. I mean, we're going to go into a little bit of detail, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on their season 7 and final episode or final season. So episode 10 that recently aired this last week, S.H.I.E.L.D. has officially written themselves out of the MCU. So, and then when you're following along with the storyline, they're fighting the Chronocons, time-traveling bad guys, basically, this year. So they're doing a lot of hopping through time. They're trying to stop them. And one of the latest missions, they end up failing. And so they exist kind of like remnants of a dead timeline now because they've screwed things up. So, but that means a lot of things will play out differently in what we know as a standard MCU timeline.
Okay.
So they could not basically kind of written themselves out.
Huh.
So they're up for basically Coulson and the rest of them could have been wiped out by Hydra after Captain America's the second Captain America movie.
All right. Yeah.
Or, there's a lot of possibilities that could have happened along the way, but it's definitely not going to happen the way it did in the series. So if this is a way to kind of keep them, at one time linked to the MCU and then now no longer linked, they've done it. Unless something crazy happens in, the last 2 episodes it's episode 10, so they got 6 more episodes. So I guess stuff could happen. Who knows?
Interesting.
But as of this last week, though, they are officially not in a different timeline kind of thing.
Got it.
So, well, there you have it, Doug. Was there anything we missed?
No, I think that was it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. No more nerd nuggets. My favorite part of the show.
Really? They like that more than the Star Wars discussion?
No, actually, I like the Star Wars discussion this time. But I love this one because it's all. Well, no, it's not all speculation. There was like a lot of. I enjoyed doing this research because, you hear all this stuff, and then some of it's official announcements, some of it's not. What's what, and now we actually kind of broke it down to what is. Because I honestly thought the Sabine stuff was confirmed.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they confirmed all the other. I mean, they could, Bogatan and Rex and Ahsoka and all that. I thought this in the Sabine story came out right after that, but it's not official yet.
Yeah.
Although, pretty likely. But I don't know. I'm excited. More excited. I mean, I don't even care about Star Wars movies at this point. Like, if they just kept things to Disney Plus, I would be fine with that. Because, although Taika Waititi is writing a Star Wars movie, so yeah. I don't know.
I think right now, for a while, unless that crazy rumor from last week about George Lucas coming in is true, just keep them one-shot movies. Go the road. I want to say Rogue Squadron. That's not
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Rogue Squadron.
Well,
a wedge movie.
Although that would be cool.
Yeah.
They're probably not. I mean, at this point.
Well, their two best, as far as quality goes, was Solo and Rogue One. As far as quality movies go. I mean, I know people didn't like Solo, but Solo was a good movie.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I would argue that the first, what was it? The Force Awakens. It was a classic Star Wars movie.
Yes.
I mean, it was very much, followed the formula from the original trilogy, but it was still kind of a classic. It had the feels. But
it pushed all the right nostalgia buttons.
Right.
So,
but no, Rogue One was definitely the best Disney era movie.
Right.
And like I said, I did like Solo. I mean,
the
only complaint I have about the Solo movie really was how rushed it was.
Yeah, well, they pretty much had to start over.
It felt like they had a checklist that they're all like, okay, he needs to get his gun, he needs to get his ship, he needs to meet Chewie, he needs to blah, blah, blah. And, you could have spread those out.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
One thing I like about they kind of set up, they had a potential for, at the end there with Darth Maul and the crime syndicate, they had potential to go further than having the movie flop kind of screwed all that. So,
right.
I don't know. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Another week of your Nerd News Roundup. We really appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back again next week. Hopefully, Kirsten will be better and can talk at that point, as long as she stays away, avoids headbutting dogs with her braces.
Yeah,
then she should be okay. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Obliterate that like button. What are they? All that crazy stuff. They say just push a like button if you want to.
Yeah.
And if you want to support the channel,
click it.
If you want to support the channel and the things that we do here, Doug, what are the links down below they can click on?
Are they already there?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
They're there every week.
Cool. All right. We've got our Teespring store where you can get the shirts you can see in the little... Oh, hey, Mike's wearing one of them. Mm-hmm. Then you got our Patreon page where you can support us on an ongoing basis, or the most convenient one in this era of stay-at-home is check out our Amazon affiliate link. Just click that link, do your Amazon shopping through that. Anything you buy within 24 hours of clicking that link, we get a small kickback. Doesn't cost you anything extra. It's an easy way to support us while doing the shopping you were going to do anyways.
Yes. And shout out to those patrons who are still supporting us even through the hard economic times right now. Really appreciate you guys. Because without you, well, we'd be doing this, but probably on a about lower budget basis. All right, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye.